Hello, hello, hello. It is high time I finally start on this WWE 2K25 project. Mostly because my name happens to be the 99th Wrestling Fan. Yeah, gotta live up to that moniker. So, WWE 2K25, this is gonna be, I don't necessarily want to say a full-length playthrough. I don't know why I skipped that part, or yeah, whatever. Alright, my faction stuff, I don't care about that. So, yeah. I'm going to try and cover everything, mostly the showcase and my rise, a male and a female storyline at some points. GM mode or universe mode is a maybe. GM mode, if I can find friends who want to do it, I'll do something with
lifting
it.
Cody Rhodes up. Spear from Roman. Cover, hook to the leg. Cody somehow survives.
Are you kidding me? How? How did Rhodes survive?
Desire is how, Corey. Grit is how, Corey. This is how bad Cody Rhodes wants to finish his story. What the?
It can't be.
It is.
John Cena's here. Cena's in WrestleMania.
A saving grace for Cody Rhodes. John Cena here to fight off Solo Sikoa.
Solo sent crashing to the outside, courtesy of the franchise.
Okay, yep. Okay, Cena, so I'm not the member of the Bloodline. Alright, so give Roman an AA. Perfect. Although I did prefer when the move was called the FU, but that's beside the point. Anywho, off to strangle Solo by the announce table, it looks like. Alright. Get up. Get him up. Alright. So now, that's not right. Okay, so is that leaning against? Yeah, it looks like, okay, gotta do it leaning against the announce table, not just grapple him by the announce table. Dang. Can't believe they made that. Fixed it. Yeah, well.
And now John Cena with Solo Sikoa and through the announce table.
Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on.
You gotta be kidding me.
The final boss is at WrestleMania.
What a moment this is.
Brings back memories from WrestleMania over a decade ago.
Now this is a WrestleMania moment.
Rock and Cena face to face, feeding off the electricity of this crowd.
This is absolutely surreal. The final boss strikes, and Cena is down.
And now The Rock taking off the Mama Rhodes weight belt. He's going to use it against Cody.
What? Oh.
No way. No way. Guys?
What is going on here? We know that music all too well, but
it's Seth Rollins, and a Superman punch by Reigns intercepts Rollins, who's out here in the old Shield gear.
Oh my gosh!
The Great One face to face with the Reaper at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, why did I pause it? Yeah, well, chokeslam.
Cody Rhodes struggling to grab a hold of the steel chair in the ring.
$6 meal deal. It's a big deal.
Both men struggling to their feet. Roman beats Cody Rhodes.
It's 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in
And
breakfast.
this could be disastrous for the American Nightmare.
A typical Undertaker show up, chokeslam move. Alright, Plan B
All
revenge.
those years, Plan B.
Yes. Okay. Get out the ring, throw away the chair. Oh, spear him. Well, I already know how this match ends because I was actually really excited about this match.
Looking for the spear to put Cody away.
Cody catches Roman. Crossroads.
And another crossroads.
Looking for the trifecta now.
Finish the story.
Everybody seems to think that WrestleMania 40 was the night the Bloodline ended. But anyone who knows us knows that it's going to take more than one bad night to bring us down. If anything, we're just getting started.
Alright, the Bloodline Dynasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name
Let's see
is
where this is.
Heyman, and I serve as special counsel and the wise man to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the undisputed, uncontroverted, unquestioned leader of the Bloodline, the most dominant group in recent memory and in the entire history of WWE.
The Bloodline has all the damn gold.
For nearly 40 years, I have worked for, alongside, and even employed the absolute greatest superstars to ever do it.
Just how dangerous do you want to live?
I've created the Dangerous Alliance, led an extreme revolution with ECW, and managed the most legendary of all champions. And for me, none of that compares to the relationship I've built with the Anoa'i, Fatu, and Maivia families, the triumvirate that composes this dynasty that we know more colloquially as the Bloodline. My time with this family goes back 40 years. I've led them into battle, strategized with them, and have watched their children grow into top-tier superstars who have also created their own impressive legacies. And so it is my great honor to serve as your host for the WWE 2K25 showcase featuring a dynasty like no other, the Bloodline.
When you look at this incredible family tree, this is proof that there is only one royal family in professional wrestling, bound by blood.
A blood bond forged between High Chief Peter Maivia and Amatua Anai Anoa'i, the father of Atha and Sika, the wild Samoans, created a force that has dominated professional wrestling for over 5 decades. An elite collection boasting names like the Wild Samoans, Atha and Sika, as well as The Rock, Rikishi, Umaga, Yokozuna, Nia Jax, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and of course, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They've owned championships, filled arenas, packed stadiums, unbroken box office records, years and decades of dedication to the craft, perfecting their art with each passing generation, ultimately leading us to right here, right now, with the Bloodline having dominated WWE for the last half decade. As your humble wise man, it is my duty to take you through some of the most ferocious battles featuring the greatest warriors in the family. Not everything goes according to plan, and this year we're going to give you a chance to right the historical wrongs and change history to bring more glory to the Bloodline. It's our showcase, after all. Honestly, their only real competition is themselves.
Acknowledge me!
All of this fighting amongst each other, this constant power struggle, I won't let all of that ruin this moment. Because it's not just about Solo Sikoa or Roman Reigns. It's not just about the Usos. It's about every single member of their family that came before them, who built the lineage and who made them into the superstars that they've become today. It's been said elsewhere that wrestling has more than one royal family. That's undeniably true. Also undeniably true is that for all of those other families, there's only one Bloodline Dynasty.
Cough it up. You know, it's a damn shame. One of the best levels, they don't even have a painting for it. Who built this platform? This is just a little bit unsafe.
Eh.
No railing, nothing.
Oh, that was true. Not even like surprisingly true. I am very much looking forward to this whole showcase. Who wants to read all that? Let's move on. Come on. There we go. Stupid buttons. Yokozuna versus Hogan at King of the Ring 93.
Perhaps no one better personified this
okay, so this would have been just after
Rodney
Mania 9.
Nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known
Hogan
to the
stole the
WWE
title.
Universe
Let's go.
as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing that.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating Banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in the pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down.
Bonsai indeed, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Heyman. Let's get this going. Yokozuna versus Hogan. Yep, King of the Ring, 93. I hate the fact I said Hogan stole the title and then Heyman did it a few minutes later, but I digress. But really don't have to give it insight on either one of these guys' careers just because of how great they are, and chances are if you're watching this, you know both of these men. But no, Yokozuna, one of those guys. I mean, me being 25, it's kind of hard to say, yeah, I grew up watching him. I really didn't. I grew up watching more or less, well, I was a child. When I was younger, like 20 years ago, it was Umaga that I remember seeing a ton of as my first Samoan wrestler, not knowing much, but we'll cover him whenever he shows up in this, because he's showing up in there, he's on the cover. I'll cover him more, plus whatever I say, Heyman's gonna say it, so there's that. And really there's nothing I need to say about Hulk Hogan, just because in the wrestling world, everyone knows who he is. I mean, heck, everyone knows who he is somewhat outside of it. We don't need to talk about his acting career, though. Or that TNA run. Yeah. Creative control can be a Grinch. Entrances, though, I am going to try and showcase them unless we've seen them before. So you will only see Hogan's entrance this one time. Unless they have an NWO Hogan in there and I have to show it off for some reason. But other than that, probably not. But no. So yeah, King of the Ring 93. This event was, oddly enough, the first ever King of the Ring events pay-per-view. But the first tournament was in like 91. Both were won by Bret Hart, who actually beat Bam Bam Bigelow for the title of King of the Ring this particular year. Other participants in the King of the Ring tournament besides Hart and Bigelow were Razor Ramon, Tito Santana, Mr. Perfect, Doink the Clown, Kamala, Mr. Hughes, Jim Duggan, Papa Shango, Typhoon, Bob Backlund, Lex Luger, Tatanka, and Giant Gonzalez, who was also, with Giant Gonzalez, the only person to lose to The Undertaker by disqualification. at WrestleMania, so he was able to keep that streak intact. Which that streak is also kind of a cool thing. I think I was reading in their WWE 50 book, Undertaker had said, yeah, the streak was a mistake. It wasn't meant to happen. It was kind of just his turn to win the matches at Mania. And then they realized, oh, we got something here. Which, honestly, it might have been around WrestleMania, I think 21, 22, whenever he faced Orton on the grounds that, like, Orton's sole purpose was to end the streak. And they didn't have that until then. He always had something to go off. Yeah, Mania 21. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, anyway, it was 21 or 22. I'll put that on. Yeah. Alright, so going through these objectives, we're going to try and knock all this stuff out because I am greedy and I want to unlock everything. Take them out. Yeah. So, unrelated, like, obviously a big wrestling fan. Currently my favorites. I do enjoy Seth Rollins. I like Cody Rhodes. I do enjoy Roman and the Bloodline. All of them. I guess to kind of talk about the Samoan Dynasty. This is a kind of a sad, but in a way it's a fun story. Really, I would say more. I don't know how to describe it. So I went to a comic store because there was some event going on at the store that day, and then got home earlier than anticipated. I was bored, so I kind of scrolled through pro wrestling events near me. Found out that Alpha was running a show in a city hall in down the street from me in Florida. It was about 20 minutes away from where I lived. So I was like, oh, well, tickets are cheap. I think they were like $20 a pop. And I said, so tickets are cheap. I'm like, I'm going to go by myself because I have no friends to go to this event too. And my brother was with my parents on their vacation. So yeah, he was my wrestling buddy. Him and I go to events all the time. So, but I went by myself because I can do that. Anyway, go to the event, had a great time. I was excited. It was WXW. I want to say it was Resurrection, but really it's all cheesy names that they have for it. Yeah. So it really doesn't matter what it was called, but go to the event, I have a good time, I'm looking forward. So like, yeah, I like it. I'll come to the next one. Into the night, Alpha had come out. And I was excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like that. To me, in a way, it kind of felt like
Yoko now, belly to belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering,
There we
he's
go.
down.
Drop the leg, Hogan! Drop the leg!
Hogan, leg drop! Here's the cover on Yoko! Who kicked out of the leg drop?
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there! Hogan feeding off the energy. Whoa, wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
Alright, looks like I did the finisher now, but once, finishing up the story, second to last WXW show, I go to the show, have a great time, show ends, Alpha comes out, and I was excited. To me, it was kind of like, I guess the best way to describe it is like, when all the Swifties are at the Taylor Swift concert, and she appears, not necessarily saying like, Alpha is that for me, but he was the biggest name, and he was like the one guy I wanted to see. Just to have him be like there was really cool. And then in the show, he calls all the talent out, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. This is odd. And he takes the mic, and that's when he reveals that their show next month was going to be their last show. And yeah, it broke a lot of hearts, people in the audience as well as the talents, because you could tell at that his crew, really, he kicked out, you could tell everyone there really loved working with him. I mean, heck, even when he did inevitably pass, because, you know, death and taxes are all inevitable, everyone called him Pops. Like, everyone that he trained basically called him Pops, and it was a real thing. Seeing the social medias, all that, I thought it was one of those, that's just what they do. Because I had seen they're on Facebook, and they're like, Pops, Pops, Pops. I'm like, it's probably because his daughter was running the Facebook page. No, it was, like, that's what everyone does.
Yokozuna just conquered Hogan, and every new...
And yeah, but that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to hop into the next match next time. So see you then.